There's a lot of guys in the river Highlands and a lot of days. I'm just one of those guys, and this is one of those days. A phone call breaks up a peaceful sunrise moment on the porch. It's a job, and I need the dough. The guy says, meet me at the Lucky Strike Diner. That can only mean one thing. It's something weird. I never like to leave the river Highlands, but sometimes a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. So I hit the highway, leaving the peace and comfort of the Highlands behind me, and I make my way through the mean streets of the inner city, where at any moment a truck might plow into you and crush you. There it is, the infamous Lucky Strike, where deals are made and lives are changed and hearts are broken, all by strangers talking over an innocent cup of joe. I didn't see him come in, I didn't see him sit down, but before I knew it, there he was. Tell me about this weird caper. I don't come cheap, I said. Cheap, he says, I'll show you cheap. And he whips out his checkbook and starts writing with the passion of a zealot. Usually guys like this want me to track someone down and beat their brains out. Whoa, $10,000. With that kind of dough, I'll track down myself and beat my own brains out. What's the job, I says. It's simple, he says. You've got to save the dogs. Save the dogs, huh? And then he was gone. I looked around and didn't see him go. I got up to chase him and, wouldn't you know, he stuck me with the check. Now, a lot of guys wouldn't know where to go with a problem like this, but I did. When you got a question and you need answers, there's only one place to go. That's right, the internet. The information superhighway. / Google / Google space / dogs space save http://google / save the dogs. Enter. What do you know? To save a dog, you must become a dog. I love dogs. To save a dog, you must become a dog. Finally, in this weird caper, something that makes sense. Now I have to become a dog. They were desperate for help. No dogs had eaten a bite for 3 months. And they were hungry. I had to leave humanity and go to dogdom. To live where they live and talk as they talked, to feel as they felt and think as they thought, to walk as they walked, to play as they played. I even grew a little tail. Finally, they let me see their food supply. We can't eat it, they said. What's wrong? There's only one way to find out, I said. One taste. Cyanide. It's all tainted. I told them not to worry. They didn't realize it, but this was good news. But now we know what's wrong. Now we can fix it. We've saved the dogs. I had to go back to humanity, though, and make some phone calls. It was sad for me, and Penny was sad, too. Finally, she understood. So I told the guy from the Lucky Strike Diner that all was well and dogged him. I called the dog food people, and they got rid of all the rotten bags. I also told him his check bounced, and he still owed me for lunch. There's a lot of guys in the river Highlands, and there's a lot of days. I'm just one of those guys, and this is one of those days.